Hey YouTube, it's Amanda. Take two. Alright, I wanted to play the tag game. I was not tagged, but Candy said I could tag myself, so I did. So, 3 things that you don't know about me. The first one would be when I was in 3rd grade, probably 10 years old. I think that puts you at 3rd grade. Maybe not, maybe like 8. I don't know. My next door neighbors owned horses, and they owned a Shetland pony, which is the smaller horse pony type thing. And they came over to my house and offered me to ride their horse, which I had done before, so nothing new. And so I get on the horse, I'm riding it, we turn a corner and the saddle breaks. I guess it was an older saddle, I don't know. But anyway, so the saddle breaks, and instead of letting go and falling off like a normal person, I held on with my legs. So this horse, once it heard that snap, it freaked out. So it took off, and it's running, and I'm holding on. And slowly the saddle starts going under the horse. And I'm still holding on, so I haven't fallen off. Good leg strength, right? So anyways, finally, after being underneath, it didn't last long. I mean, he was going so fast, I let go. And he tried to jump over me, and his hoof landed right there. And in the country, as people know, your neighbors' houses are miles away from each other. It's not like a city or a town where you live close to people. So it was probably a good mile and a half home. And I had blood I couldn't see. And my neighbor, she's like, go get your mom. You know, wasn't trying to see if I was okay. She just said, go get your mom. So I couldn't see. I had so much blood. I mean, it was just spewing. And I'm wiping my eyes. And, you know, so I run home and I'm screaming. You know, I'm freaked out. Never broke a bone in my life. I didn't even know if I had a face left at this point. So we get to the hospital and the doctor's just like, wow. You are so lucky, because I guess there's a big vein back there, and if it were to have gotten hurt, he said I would have died instantly, and I could have lost my eye, coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I didn't. So I had, like, I think it went from, like, eye to eye, basically, over my nose, and broke my nose. A clean cut. So that would be number 1. And that's kind of a long story short, but not really short either. So anyways, so I've had a broke nose. Number 2 would be, well, this is a good one. There's probably a lot of things you guys don't know, but I'm just kind of picking maybe interesting ones. When I met my husband 7 years ago, we dated for a while, and I always wanted kids. And I always made sure that guys that I dated, well, when I started wanting to start a family, when I dated, you know, when I was younger, obviously I didn't bring up kids because I wasn't interested at that time. So anyways, my husband and I were, you know, we were engaged, and, you know, it was starting to feel like the time that we should start trying to have kids. So I don't know what we were doing. We were like in Walmart or something, and, you know, I was looking at baby clothes, just messing around, you know. I wasn't even pregnant. And my husband said, well, I've got to tell you something. I can't have kids. And I'm like, what? That's like a deal breaker, you know. I have to have kids, you know. I've always wanted to have kids. And so that was kind of hard, but, you know, I still loved him, so I stayed. You know, I wasn't going to leave him over that because adoption and whatever. So, lo and behold, and listen, let's go back. He was married for 10 years with this woman that had a kid before she married him. So she was fertile, apparently. They tried to have a kid for like 5 years of their 10-year marriage, and they finally gave up towards the end because she got too old. So he had pretty much put in his mind that he could not have kids. And his mother, you know, she's like, you know, if you're not willing to deal with that, then, you know, whatever. So I told her, I said, well, if there's any in there, I will find it, and we will have a kid. And I was very optimistic. I wanted kids. So within, I would say, a half year from then, being told that, I was pregnant. And boy, did I get the, are you sure it's his? And you know, it was a shitty time in my life because I was the only one that knew 100%. Even my own mom said, you know, are you sure? I mean, I know you're saying this, but are you 100% sure? And I said, you know, I cannot believe even my own mom was doubting me. Even my husband's mom was kind of like, okay. So anyways, when my son came out, it looked just like my husband. And a lot of people owed me a lot of apologies because I could not believe that they would downgrade my credibility due to the fact that he couldn't have kids, you know? So I can make miracles happen because I found, well, I'm not even going to go there. But anyways, yeah. So me and my husband had my son, and then 2 years later we had my daughter. And they both look a lot like him. Gosh, my hair. Anyways, so that was kind of cool, you know. I think everything's meant to be, you know. And his last marriage wasn't the best marriage, and maybe God just didn't want them having kids, you know. And here, Miss Fertile Myrtle here was supposed to have kids. So, number 3. That's pretty cool, huh? Interesting. Number 3. Wow, I can't think of one. And my battery's dying, so I need to think of one. Oh, shoot. Okay, how about just a little history on, like where I grew up, whatever. Some people might know this. Okay, I was originally born on February 10th in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I lived there until I was, probably right after my horse accident, so 3rd grade. And then we moved. My parents got divorced when I was like 2. My dad was an electrician, then he got into construction, building power plants, so we had to move around. Because that's, you know, if you build them, once it's done, it's done. So my dad lived in Ponca City, Oklahoma, a little bitty town. My mom stayed in Oklahoma City. And I chose to go with my dad. And the first state we went to was Nebraska. And then from there we went to Washington State. And then we went to Georgia. And then Alabama. And this might not be in the same order, but I'm going to tell you the states I lived in. Alabama, Mississippi, Ohio, Louisiana, Arizona, and the last state was Florida. That's where I stopped. So I've seen a lot of the world. I've seen a lot of places I don't want to live. Probably the only place I really liked was Arizona. It is such a beautiful place. So, yeah, I went to 13 different schools, I believe. 13 different states is what I lived in, so I might have missed one. But, you know, I got to see a lot of things people, you know, in a lifetime don't usually see. So, and then, after being here, I met my husband. We got married. Well, first we had my son. Kind of unorthodox, but whatever. Shit happens. So, had my son. We got married when he was 9 months. I told my husband, you know, I wanted to wait a year. I didn't want to just get married because I had a kid or because I was pregnant. So we waited almost a year. And we got married December 2nd of 2006. And then we went on a week-long cruise. We went to Key West, and then we went to St. Thomas in Jamaica and Mexico. So it was a lot of fun. I've always wanted to travel outside the U.S. I've been to Mexico several times. When I lived in Arizona, I would always go to Nogales, and the people there are amazing. I have never had a bad trip to Mexico. So, and I've been to Canada when I lived in Washington, so. That's about it. You know, I want to travel more. I mean, I would love to see Germany, England. I don't know if Australia is really somewhere I would like to go, but, you know, I definitely want to go across the ocean. So, but that's about it, guys. I think I went into more than just 3. But, you know, we're all getting to know each other. We're all friends, and I think that's awesome. You know, I feel like I have gained so many friends because you guys have to realize when I moved here in Florida, I didn't go to school. I graduated a year and a half early in Arizona, so I didn't have to go to school here because of the credit system. You know, it's all different. So when I came here, I had no friends. I mean, I didn't know anybody. You meet people at work. Well, I didn't really want to hang out with people at work. So, you know, I've met some people along the way, but this community is powerful and it's awesome. And I don't know how I stumbled upon YouTube as far as weight loss wise. I really don't know. But when I found out that people made videos about their weight loss, I was so happy. I was like, wow, people my, you know, to me, gastric bypass, growing up was more like an older person, you know. Young people didn't really get it that I knew of, you know, maybe they did. But I think this day and age that it's very normal for 21, 23, I'm 25, year old person to get gastric bypass. And it's good to know somebody my age has went through it and it didn't ruin their life. They're able to get on with their life. They're healthier, happier, and can do more things, you know. And I really am blessed, and I love all the people, from the new people that haven't had the surgery with me to the people that are 5 years out, because trust me, I need all the knowledge I can get from people that are learning with me that might have read, seen a video, whatever, to people that they've been through all of it, you know, and to watch their videos going up to their most recent videos, you know, it's just, it's awesome. So I'm very thankful for YouTube, and I'm thankful for everybody that watches my videos. Hopefully I'll have my surgery soon, so it'll be more interesting. Because I don't know about you guys, I really love to watch people's updates, you know, how many pounds have they lost? What are they eating? How, you know, how much are they exercising? Water intake. I love all that, you know. So everybody do videos. I love watching them. And I hope you guys have a great week. I have an interview on Tuesday, so I'm super excited about that. Hopefully I'll get a job and get back into the normal life routine of going to work every day. Sounds odd, but I love to have a schedule. And I really feel like I kind of just do whatever at this point. So I've learned a lot about myself by having this time off. And I think everything happens for a reason, and hopefully, well, I'm not going to say hopefully, I think that there's good